Hi, I'm James Jansen, and I've had the privilege of living life at the center of the swirling waters of nurture, creativity, and worship. Swirling waters indeed. Waters of great energy, waters of great excitement, but also waters in which it's very difficult at times to maintain your equilibrium. And if I may explore the analogy just a little further, imagine being in charge of a large canoe in the midst of these swirling waters, a canoe filled with educators, with artists, with highly sensitive people, with pastors, with theologians, with parents, with young people, students, and the list goes on and on. It's been a challenge to maintain equilibrium, to maintain the equilibrium of my ministry. The two greatest challenges that I faced were disunity and immaturity. So in the midst of my ministry, I've always been searching for ways in which to build unity and ways in which to achieve spiritual maturity. And often wondering whether the tools of the trade, the songs that we sing, the creative process could play an important role in that. And God led me through some passages. And this has been an exciting journey of discovery. And as I began to discover some very important truths, I began to share them in my teaching at the Bible school, share them in my local church, in sermons, and then in my international ministry in Europe and Eurasia, Ukraine. And now I'm excited that this seminar is also available in book form. And the book has the same title as the seminar that I've taught over the many years. And the book is entitled Psalms, Hymns, and Spiritual Songs, The Road to Unity and Spiritual Maturity. Now, I'm sure when you hear those words, Psalms, Hymns, and Spiritual Songs, they will resonate with you, and undoubtedly you begin to think of Ephesians and Colossians, where Paul talks about the use of these three genres. He talks about speaking to one another with psalms, hymns, and spiritual songs. He talks about teaching and admonishing one another with these three genres. I've read and reread those passages over the years. I've read and reread Ephesians and Colossians. And increasingly there was a sense that Paul was saying something very special, that this was a summary and a validation of a holistic worship ministry. So I began to look at the original Greek words. I began an intensive study of the meanings of these words. Then I began to look at worship in the early church. And some very interesting patterns began to emerge. Some powerful patterns, some very informative patterns. And I began to find some very practical ideas, practical tools that I could use with and through the singing of psalms, hymns, and spiritual songs to meet the diverse needs and the diverse desires of different personalities, of different cultures, of different generations, of different levels of spiritual maturity. And so that's what I explore in this book. I'd encourage you to check it out. If you'd like to know more about this book, more about the seminar associated with this book, or other seminars or other parts of my ministry, please go to my website, www.jamesjansen.com.